What did I do today? What did I do today? I went to class. That's interesting. Then I came back to the dorm. And I was like, oh crap. My phone is at 43%. But I want to go volunteer today. And I need to use my map. I need Google to tell me how to get there and back. Because I've been like 5 times. But I'm normally good with directions. You can vouch for me on that, right?
Yeah.
Say it louder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vouched.
Vouched. But for some weird reason, no matter how many times I go there, I cannot wrap my head around where the San Antonio Humane Society is. Because, like, I drove there for orientation or whatever. They, like, walk you through a PowerPoint, and I have the paper somewhere else. They give you a paper, and it's like, this is all the things you do. And when I was leaving there, my phone was at literally 10%. And I was like, oh, I'm good with directions. I know how to get back. And I took the complete opposite highway, because it's where 2 highways intersect, but like...
Because San Antonio has this highway system. Family friendly?
Family friendly!
Yeah.
Because San Antonio has a very bad highway system. Like, I have no idea whose idea it was. Like, Mr. San Antone. Like, he just drew a map. His 5-year-old son was like, here's Town Hall. And then this, I don't even know. But it's horrible. So I was driving for 20 minutes, and then I realized I've never seen this area before. Like, all the highways, like, the bridges were pink. And I was like, what the heck? I've never seen this before. And, like, I had to pull over and stop and be like, okay, phone, please work. And I made it back here, and as soon as I parked, my phone died. But, anyways, so I needed to charge my phone before I left to volunteer. So I was doing that. Then my phone was like at 70%. And I was like, okay, let's go. So I went. I got there okay. That's all there is to say about the ride there. I got there. Every single day, the San Antonio Humane Society opens at 12 noon. That's... Oh my gosh! That smells so bad.
Really?
I don't even know why.
Oh my god.
It smells like...
Like super...
Oh, it's the rubber.
It's the rubber?
Don't buy tape measures from Dollar Tree. Anyways, the Humane Society opens at noon. And I showed up there at 11:30. More like 11:45. Whatever. No one really cares. And so, they tell you, if you show up before noon, use the employee entrance. And I was already walking to the main entrance because I didn't remember that they opened at noon. And so I see all of these people with like stray dogs, stray cats, waiting to like get neutered or whatever, get accepted by the Humane Society. And I go to open the doors and they don't open. In front of like at least 20 people. I open, it doesn't work. Try the other one, it doesn't work. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Do I start crying? I didn't cry, okay? I'm a big girl. So what I did, so I was going to walk away, and I was like, I think I know where the employee entrance is. Maybe I'll just go back here. And then a staff member pushes the door open for me. And I'm like, thank you, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, it's okay. And literally, there were 10 people inside. All of them were laughing at me. But that's okay. That's okay. And I signed in, clocked in, whatever, went to the kitty cottage. That's where they keep the cats. That's where I'm always going to be. I don't want to deal with the dogs barking. Every single time I've ever walked by the dogs, they've barked or like already been in the process of barking, you know? It's just like my head cannot handle this noise. So I go in and it's like a U shape and the middle is like where is like walled off, right? So you can walk around and see the cats, but you can also see the inside where people are. So it's like a fish tank of cats. But the employees are in the middle, and the lights in the middle are off. But there's this one person over here, and I'm like, hello? And she's like, hi. The staff normally gets here at 12. So you should wait for them. I'm with the communication team taking videos of the cats, whatever. And I'm like, okay, thank you. But because my phone was at 70%, now it was at 50% because my battery is terrible. I was like, oh, I need to turn off my phone because if I volunteer here, then my phone's just going to die. So I turned it off, and I was like, excuse me, could you perhaps tell me the time? And she was like, it's 11:57. So 11:57. It's 11:57. And then, like, 2 minutes later, someone comes walking in. I'm sitting in one of the rooms where you socialize with the animal before, like, you see if you want to adopt it. So, like, if you're interested in a cat, you say, hey, can I see this one? And you go in a room with, like, a chair, and the cat plays around, whatever. You can pet it, whatever. And so I'm sitting in one of those rooms. The staff member comes in, looks at me, doesn't say anything, then unlocks the kitty cottage, goes in, and starts talking to the cats, like, literally everyone there does that, so it's not that weird. And I walk in and I'm like, hi, I'm here. And then she's like, I'm about to go on lunch, so a real staff member that's not about to go on break will come by soon, and there's not really much to do. And I was like, oh no. Because literally every time I gone there, I've just like folded litter boxes because they're like cardboard and they got tabs and everything. And I'm like, okay. And she was like, you can socialize with the cats if you want. And I was like, okay. And someone else comes in, another volunteer. And then the staff member that's taking over comes in. And then both staff members leave. And it's just me and this other volunteer in there. And you're not supposed to touch the cats unless you ask them first. But no one was there. So I was just standing there, like, looking at cats. And this new cat that was there this morning, like, in a kennel, got put in, like, a display case. And he was just growling at me the whole time. His name is Boogie, and he is 4 years old, and he's a male. And he was very nervous, so I was like, hey, it's okay. And he started, like, talking to me, like, meowing, because cats can't talk. Checkers, talk to me. Okay, so he was growling at me, meowing at me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave you. And then this really cute cat, Dominic, he was also 4 years old, that's cute, just kept meowing at me, and I was like, oh, I really want to pet you, but no one's here. So I stood there until 12:14. So I have been here exactly 17 minutes, and then I say, okay, I'm going back to my dorm, and then I clock out and I leave, and like I pass by the same people that were waiting outside that saw me try to open the door, but it was locked, and I'm just like, I run to my car, literally run, like that is not how I run, but I'm running to the car, and then I just get here, jamming out on 101.1. So when I came back, I was very hungry, and I was like, oh, let me go to the cafe and get Luke some food too. So they have these to-go boxes. It still has food in it. Green boys, as I call them. And so I took my to-go box with me, feeling pretty bad that I didn't get to pet any kitties. So I go to the cafe, it's very cold, but I didn't have a jacket, and I was just wearing short sleeves. It was really cold this morning. It was like 32 degrees, and that is unacceptable. It's February, and that's basically summer already, so you need to stop. Planet Earth, stop.
In Texas, by the way, not like a cold place.
I've already said San Antonio like 5 times.
They may not know where that is.
San Antonio
Yeah,
is
it
in
could be
Texas.
California, you know.
Texas is the second biggest area-wise state.
Thick is the thickest state.
The second thickest state in the United States. We're basically the only state that matters. You can drive 10 hours and still be inside Texas without traffic. I was going to the cafe, shivering, very cold. So it's like a buffet, and there's different stations. There's like the home, what's it called? The home foods?
Home zone.
Home zone? Oh yeah, the home zone. The pizza, there's a new, it's not really new, but they just brought it back, the sandwich line. It's basically like Subway, but it's like Subway. And there's a dessert area, there's a breakfast nook, and they have waffles that are shaped like Texas there. And there's a pasta / omelet station. It switches, but and there's a new smoothie station. But it's not new. There's a burrito line, and this guy was making my burrito. It was going good. He put it in the thing to cook it, and then this big boy boss comes over, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna talk to you while my burrito's cooking. I'm gonna sit here and talk to you and tell you need to leave and like drink some water or something." And he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do that." And so this took like 2 minutes. And then this boy starts making the next person's burrito, which you're supposed to make a burrito, put it in the heat cooking thing, make another person's. As soon as you're done, take it out, cut it. I never get mine cut, just a word of advice. And then Put the next person's in. Then he took mine out after making hers, after waiting, like, basically 3 burrito making lengths. Wow, I suck at words. Anyways, basically 3 people could have got their burrito made in the time that mine was cooking. And so he takes it out and gives me the plate that the other girl's burrito was on. So it has her juices, like, she got pico on it. And I'm fine with that. But, like, meat juice? No thanks. So he gave me her plate. It was burnt. He was cutting it, and I'm like, I don't want it cut. And he was like, yes, ma'am, I understand that. And gives it to me. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And so I go eat. I'm not that hungry, so I bring half of my burrito back to eat later. I already ate it. Then I start making Luke's to-go box. And he likes dipping his chicken and corn dogs in sriracha mayo. And what I do is I go to the breakfast nook, and they have a waffle maker, so they have like cups, disposable cups that you put the waffle sauce in before you pour it into the waffle maker. And I always take one of those and fill it with mustard and sriracha, mayo and sriracha. And then and then if there's room, I put it in the box, but there wasn't room today because I also got him a slice of pizza. And so it was just sitting on top of the box. Now, on the way back from the cafe, you pass by the activity center. And in the activity center is a pool. It's like a lap pool? Is that what it's called? And kids have swimming lessons there. And so parents bring their children, but also their children's younger siblings for the older siblings' swimming lessons. And the younger siblings just run around outside and play. And so I was walking by like this, and I was like, oh no, a kid's gonna bump into me. Oh, and my burrito was on here too, so I had the sriracha mayo, the burrito, and the to-go box like this. I don't even know what I was doing with my other hand, but I was holding it like this, and then I was like, oh no, a kid's gonna run into me, not see me, and I'm gonna spill the sriracha mayo everywhere. And while I was thinking about that, I dropped the sriracha mayo and my burrito. The burrito's wrapped in a napkin, and the napkin unfolded, like it was tucked into the burrito, you know, placed like this. And it unfolded, but it flipped around, so the burrito was safe. The napkin was not. But the sriracha mayo.
I'm sorry, I'm thirsty.
Drink the sriracha mayo. The sriracha mayo literally spilled everywhere. Like, it was very brutal. And it wasn't mixed, so it was just like white and red globs everywhere. It was very gross, and it got all over my hand. And one of the kids was laughing at me, and I was like, I'm a big girl, okay? I could beat this kid up. I need to hold it in and not cry in front of him. I gave Lucas food, and I was like, I'm sorry I dropped the sriracha mayo, but you can still eat it if you want to. And he did eat it, didn't he? Did you eat it?
Sriracha mayo, yeah.
Yeah? It's good, wasn't it?
It's delicious.
Was it like grainy? Because I dropped it on the floor? I scooped it all up into the cup.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I can tell you didn't. Was it mixed?
So I come back, and I'm a sad boy. And that is basically everything that happened today. It's Monday, February 12th, 2018. There you go.